I'm making another one of these, and my computer just made noise because I think someone texted me, but I'm making another one of these. I feel like I look worse than last time, and that's probably because I'm more visible this time, and I'm not wearing earrings, so there's that. But I feel like I had something I wanted to talk about specifically. Right, so I did actually start reading American Gods. I did read two books in between Song of Achilles and American Gods. I finished Song of Achilles yesterday. Since then, I've read two books. I'm on a roll. I read Perks of Being a Wallflower because I saw that years ago, and I'm like, it's time to read it, and it devastated me. And then I read Aristotle and Dante, discovered the secrets of the universe, and it also, it made me tear up a little bit. Was not as, maybe it's because I read it before, but I did not cry as much as I remembered, and we're not even a minute into this, and my computer already is starting to heat up, even though I have the photo booth app open and two tabs. I can actually exit out of one of them, even though that's not going to help. um, so, American Gods is interesting so far. I'm excited to continue reading, and I just wanted to talk here because I don't want to get a real job. I want to sit in my room and obsess over things all day. I just like a TV show, a movie, a book. I need something to obsess over. And the issue with that, also, don't look at my nails, please. I have to do them. It's been weeks, months even. But I feel like I don't have any friends to really obsess over things with. I mean, there are some things I can obsess with them over, but, like, Succession is a good example. I obsessed over that with one of my friends, but now Succession's over, so it's like the show itself is over, so it's not fun. It's not new anymore. It's still a great show, but you know what I mean? And I need a book club. That's what I need. I need a book club so bad. But I get to choose the books all the time, which is not gonna happen. Because other people feel the same way I do. Also, I'm kicking it back with reliable Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar. I have this theory that all Dr. Pepper people, say that 5 times fast, are also pickle people, and also their favorite ice cream is mint chocolate chip. Or at least they really, really like it. That's my theory. It works a lot of the time. There are like very, very few outliers, but if you know someone in your life whose favorite soda is Dr. Pepper, ask them what their favorite ice cream is and ask them if they like pickles. See what the answer is. What was I saying? Yeah, I just need I don't know. I would like to be in a book club, but I'm sure there are groups online that I could find, but I want like a book club where we get together in person and we make themed snacks and we dress up and we set the mood. There's ambiance, you know what I mean. And it's also weird getting to the age where a bunch of people in the books you like to read are younger than you. American Gods, that's they're all older than me. But in so Six of Crows, I read that. I want to reread it because I don't think I actually finished it, but I do want to reread it soon. I'm pretty sure they're all in their late teens. I'm not in my teens anymore, and that's scary to me. And I don't know, it's scary. When am I not going to be allowed to read young adult books anymore? I don't want to read other books. But maybe I'm saying that because I'm a young adult. Even though it feels like young adult books are always I don't know. It feels like they're not for young adults, just older teens. So I feel it's kind of weird as a 20-year-old sometimes reading them. I'm I feel like this isn't for me, but I'm still gonna read them. Yeah, I don't want to get a job because I'm sure definitively sure that every other teenage girl feels this, that I just want to sit in my room, my pretty little room, with my posters and stuff on the wall, and my fairy lights, my candle, and I just want to obsess over things all day. and I don't want to have to get a real job. Who does? Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I had more to say. I probably do, but I'm not in the mood to be saying it. You know how these things go. I did want to say actually that I was gonna delete the first little one of these that I posted because I got that post 4 a.m. clarity where I was like, I need to take this down immediately. But then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna leave it up because it actually doesn't matter in the end. And really, I'm just making these as a little, I guess, diary to myself to keep track because I don't know if I mentioned this already, but I try writing things in a journal, but oftentimes my hand can't write as fast as I think, and then I lose what I want to say because writing hurts my hand. Because I press down too hard on the paper, and I always have, and I don't know if that's ever something I'm gonna fix. That's not relevant. But I don't know. I'm gonna see how long I continue to do these. I used to do them, oh my gosh, probably like a year ago. Exactly a year ago, I used to make these and post them on a different channel, which is weird to think about. But I don't know. I feel like I keep repeating myself, but it's just like a little diary to see how I'm doing. What other things have happened? I made one of these yesterday, and like I said in the last one, it's been the same exact day. I did wake up at 12 and basically did nothing for the entire day. Also, I'm gonna try to look more at the camera so I feel more connected to you, even though actually, you know what? It's weird because I could either look at the camera and not feel connected to anybody, but you'll feel connected to me, or I could look at the screen and see like a real human talking, even though it's myself, and feel more connected, but you're not going to feel more connected. I don't know. It's weird. And another thing, like, speaking of different versions of yourself connecting with each other, I was reading Aristotle and Dante, and I was reading, because when I read that book, I was 17 when I first read that book. And the character in the book, Ari, he's 17 at the end of the book. And it was weird, like, seeing my annotations from when I was 17 and feeling exactly like Ari. And now me, a 20-year-old, is reading them. And it's just crazy that, like, when I was reading, when I was reading and writing my annotations in that book 2.5 years ago, I had no idea that someone else, a different version of me, was going to be reading them later. And it's just like weird. Like, I know that version of myself exists, but that version of myself didn't know that I would exist, doesn't know that I exist, because that version of myself is gone. And it's weird. It's like I found my copy of Brave New World from when I was 15, when I was 16, from when I was 16. And it had all these annotations in it, which, by the way, I was way smarter at 16 than I'll ever be in my life again. Don't know how that's fair, but I think, honestly, 16-year-old me was way smarter than I'll ever be again. But also, I mean, she was 16. She probably also didn't have everything figured out. I probably know a little bit more than her in certain aspects, but I think she was more intelligent. But I found my annotations, and I was like, this isn't fair. I can't think like this anymore. And I don't know why that is, but it was just weird. Like, I didn't know that I was leaving something for a different version of myself to find. Like, I didn't know that I would find that and then go through my annotations. And it was just like a glimpse back into who I was at 16, left by someone who didn't know that anyone else would ever read it. So I don't know, it's kind of an invasion of my past self's privacy, which is very interesting. Like, oh, there's a book about that, isn't there? Something like, I don't know. I feel like I've heard a story once where, like, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but, like, if time travel's ever a thing, privacy laws are going to be very interesting, because does your past self consent to being viewed by your future self? I don't know. How can you tell? That's weird. Weird little thought experiment that I'm not going to think about. Because I don't want my brain to hurt. It's almost time for me to go to bed. Hopefully. Because I actually want to get up early tomorrow. And do what? I don't know. That's the thing. When you have nothing to wake up for, you don't want to wake up, but then you feel guilty for waking up late, even though you did nothing the whole day anyways. I don't know how that works. I don't know how that's fair, but I don't know. Maybe 23-year-old me will know the answers to that. Although, when I was 17, I feel like I thought me at 20 was going to be so much different. But now that I'm thinking about it, 23-year-old me, I don't think 23-year-old me is going to be much different. Although I guess 17 to 20 is like, that's a big, important developmental stage. And 20 to 23, I guess, is too. So I don't know, maybe even though I don't think 23-year-old me is going to be a lot different, maybe she will be, because 20-year-old me isn't a lot different, even though I thought she would be. Maybe it just works out like that. I don't know. You know what also sucks? I want to hang out with my friends before they go to college, but I have like 2 friend groups, and that doesn't leave me with a lot of options, so I feel bad for asking them to hang out like more than twice a week, but I'm so bored. I'm not even leaving the house. Like, I don't know. And also, it's interesting because I realized that I think I'm an extrovert. I would say that I'm an extrovert. If I don't see people, I go actually insane, even though I feel like everybody needs, like, human interaction is important for survival, I feel like. And I also feel like we've evolved to need human interaction to survive. But I think I'm an extrovert, but it took me a long time to realize that, and it's funny how these things work themselves out, because when I had a lot of friends, I thought I was an introvert, and now when I have, like, 0 friends, or, like, very limited access to friends, I realize I'm an extrovert. So, another one of those funny little things. What's also funny is that the funny little things, funny little coincidences the world has, never seem to be any good. They always negatively affect me, which I'll probably look back on that and I don't know, laugh at how depressed and melancholy I sound, but I'm not really like that. I'm just frustrated with the state of things, but every 20-year-old is. Yeah, I don't know. I spent so long being so anxious about what everybody else thinks of me that I thought I was introverted, but I think I was just like, what's the word? Agoraphobic? Probably. Because there were times where I would stand when I was at college my first year, I would look outside the peephole and wait until everyone in the common area had left before I left my dorm room, and that took sometimes like up to an hour just so I could leave to go get dinner. But now, I mean, I'm still anxious about like how people perceive me, but in a different way, I guess. I just like, it's so, I think I've talked about this in the last one, but I like reaching out to people is so, like, it's so vulnerable. You're putting yourself out there and being like, hey, I'm lonely and I think you could fix that. And it's embarrassing. Not that I really believe in embarrassment anymore. I used to get embarrassed so easily, but then I realized, oh, that's one of those emotions where I can learn to just switch it on and off. But it's just like, I don't know, it hurts, especially when like I feel like I'm the one who's always reaching out and at least spamming. I spam my friends so much and they don't respond to all of it. And so it's just like, I don't know. It's a blow to, not the ego, but I don't know, the heart, but that sounds so corny. Oh, my computer just shut off. It was just inactive for a period, so it just started showing me a little definition. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's more to say. There's always more to say, but I never know how to say it. Ain't that just the way? That rhymed, and I didn't even mean it for it to rhyme. Okay, I think that's a sign that I should stop.